Erling, congratulations. How good does that win feel?
Yeah, it feels good and good to win 3-0.
What did it feel like out there before Doku opened the scoring? Did it feel a bit tense and nervous?
No, I think we just missed the last shot on goal. We created a lot of things that was almost a chance. Lots of crosses. We didn't get the last shot. So Brentford defended well, and I mean they're a good team. So it's not easy. No games in Premier League is easy. So we are happy.
An assist and a goal for you. That's your 26th Premier League goal of the season. It's not half bad, is it?
I think it's all right. It's been an up and down season, and I'm trying to do my job. And 26 goals is it's okay. It's more than last year.
Look, you've got a busy 7 days coming up next week. Three very important games within 7 days. How are you approaching them, and what's the mindset?
I haven't thought of any other game. I'm a bit tired from the game that I just played. So how we approach it, and now don't think of any games until 2 days, and then try to win the next game. After that, recover good, focus on next game. After that, the same. After that, same.
Thinking of the title at all?
I think if you play for Man City, you think of titles every single day.
That's a stock answer. It's a very good one as well. So 2 points behind Arsenal. They've both got 3 games left to play. It's Arsenal next, of course, away at West Ham on Sunday. And I just wonder, from before now and even now, that mindset of the experienced players, the leaders in that Man City dressing room, how important it was actually in that second half before they scored to just keep that belief and composure.
Yeah, they've got a nice little mix when it comes to that. I think someone like Erling Haaland, who works so hard, you look at him, he actually... I was just saying to Ben there, we were discussing, like, he gives everything. And I know that's every fan at home would say that's the least you can do, but he does. And that's what you've got to do in these title races. You look at Bernardo Silva scrapping away in the middle of the park. Look, he's leaving at the end of the season. He's had 10 years. He's been ridiculously successful. But he knows that isn't enough. He knows he needs more. And then that allows for the likes of Doku, who said needed a little bit of time to bed in. He's now becoming one of the main men. It was good to see Phil Foden coming on. Was it not for Queeve Kelleher today, he would have got on the score sheet. He made some excellent saves. But even Mamouche scoring at the end, you saw what that meant to Haaland. You need everyone firing when you're in the running. And when you're facing them in that situation, is it just relentless because you know what it means and how much they need that?
Yeah, absolutely. He mentioned in his interview then, it's next game, recover the next game. I think same with his attempts, his shots on goal. He's missed a shot, it's the next one. He gets the next one, and he'll score one more, he'll get the next. So I think that's his mentality, and having someone like him leading that attack, and then the relentless players in around him like Bernardo Silva, Doku in and around him. It's tough to deal with, of course.
What a week it's been for Doku. What a season it's been once he's got going. But they played an hour. It was 0-0. You felt they were looking for something special. He stepped up again.
Yeah, he was just relentless in that first half, wasn't he? And everything you felt like was coming through him. Ironically, this one is probably one of his failed attempts, and that's what catches Brentford cold. A little 1-2 there. But then once he gets into this position, absolutely devastating finish.
It's a great finish, isn't it? Yeah. He's only got one place to really put that, above Hickey's head. We spoke here, a little bit of luck for Doku, but he deserves that. But he's sharp here on the reaction. And we're just looking at Thiago here, centre forward in that position, just wants to go on the attack. Maybe thinks that Matty Jensen's going to nick it before Doku, but Doku's sharp, gets there ahead of him, and Thiago's already thinking about the front foot and going on the attack rather than sort of holding his position and maybe getting a block in.
Yeah, he's almost looking to trademark that now, isn't he? That is an absolutely brutal finish. And we saw a little bit of frustration at the end of the first half, didn't we? Throwing his arms in the air. Look, he put so many good balls in. And there he is saying, it's my time. I'm coming to the forefront. And he has this week. He really, really has for his team.
Yeah, what a week, because had he not scored another spectacular goal, the last kick of the game at Hale Dickinson, then it would have been a different narrative today.
Yeah, look, no title is given to you, and you've got to stay in it. Tooth and nail, they're fighting with. Look at Donnarumma in that forefront. I mean, that is just chaos, isn't it? That's absolute chaos, but that's someone not giving up. 95th, 96th minute, just saying, look, point might be enough. And that's how important that goal may be. That may be one of the turning points of the season. It just depends who wins it in the end. There'll be some, is it going to be Declan Rice saying it's not over, or is it going to be Doku scoring that 96th minute?
Just equalising in their moments. It's where the top players step up, isn't it? The stand out, the difference makers, and he's certainly doing that at the minute.
Yeah, and Haaland is difficult to mark. You gave us that insight before the game, but he's just sometimes in the right place at the right time, isn't he? This came down the City right, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. You see Semenyo picking up the ball here, and Brentford have got a lot of bodies in and around the box as they have done most of the game, and they defended really well in general. But Semenyo gets at Keane Lewis-Potter here, not a natural left back, but shifts it again, gets a run on him, pulls it back. You see Haaland's movement he just pulls away from all the defenders and lets them all get sucked towards the 6-yard box, and he. Similar to the first half, actually, with his chance that he nearly scored from, he kind of just drops off and loses Christoph Ayer, and he's there to get the rebounds, and it doesn't matter how he goes in. He's managed to get his first shot away and follow it up with a little back heel, cheeky one to bundle it over. But yeah, he's dangerous in those positions, isn't he? And even those count.
Yeah, brilliant. He's again another relentless performance from him. He was going to get that goal by hook or by crook. Obviously had some relatively simple chances by his standards in the first half, didn't take them, but as Ben was talking about with his mentality, it's always the next, and he'll keep coming. Yeah,
and as you say, who knows how important another goal could be. Marmoush got it, Haaland assist in this goal difference conundrum if it goes to the last day.
Look, just ramp it up. You're dealing with a team in Arsenal who've been excellent, and they've had a really good week, but there's no getting away from it. No one in that team has won the Premier League. So if you're Manchester City, what questions can you ask? Of course you respect the fact that you're playing against Brentford today and you've got to battle out the win in the first place. A 1-0 would be great. But if they can do this as well, again, getting Marmoush on the score sheet, an incredible finish, just send the message, put the ball in their court. Going away to West Ham tomorrow is going to be a tough game. And can you put that, put in that, I think that's 1 goal behind now, added pressure, and a fantastic goal late on in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great team goal as well. On the build-up, I think you mentioned it, Steve, in the build-up to the goal, the way they played out and found the pass in Haaland, providing the assist this time. So.
Yeah, and City, just the second time this season, have got a goal from a substitute in Marmoush's second Premier League goal of the season. But as Joe was saying, no doubt and debate about the star of the day again, Jeremy Doku. Right from the off, he was everywhere with a bit between his teeth his whole day. He
was electric, and obviously, like we talk about in the first half, he didn't actually get much chance to get a shot off himself, but just had his timing was there. He's a very unselfish player. We just saw him feeding O'Reilly in there. He's always looking to assist as best he can. That's a brilliant ball for Erling Haaland. But these are the dangerous positions that he's picking up, and he's so sharp out the blocks.
I think for me, he's so sharp, but it's not even skills. He's just sort of nudging the ball and moving and going quickly and shifting that ball, manipulating the ball, and just goes, and he's electric, and it's so hard to defend when he can go both ways as well, and his end product is just improving each week, and you see there pulling it across for Phil Foden there with a fantastic save. But yeah, I think it's just his end product's just improving so much, and yeah, you just see it, his confidence flowing, and the finishes that he's providing as well, incredible finish.
Yep, 8 goals this season, which has equalled his career best of last season, and 11 assists as well. And in terms of today, look at that. He was first for chances created, touches in the opposition box and completed dribbles. Equal first for those final third passes as well, and second for touches and shots. He was absolutely everywhere, and he's had some week in a Manchester City shirt. And here are his post-match thoughts.
Jeremy, first of all, tell us about your goal. It seems to be a very similar goal to one you've scored before.
Yeah, it looks a bit like the one against Everton, but yeah, we wanted to take short the corner. First, I go past my man, and then I want to look for the pass in between for, I think it's Bernie or Phil. Ball comes back, then I'm inside the box, and I feel like I have space to shoot. I do it without thinking, and I'm happy that it went in.
Is that how you feel you're playing at the moment? You can do things without thinking, it's pure instinct?
I always have been an instinct player. So what we see today is working out. I scored some goals, but if you look at the game, I always played like this, instinct. But now obviously the goals are coming, so now people are going to say, wow. But I haven't been a different player.
We saw you make that move a few times in the first half, but when you scored, was that the first time it opened up just like it did?
Yeah, I feel like after the first chance that I had when I came inside, the right back tried to really close my right foot, and then they came with 2. So he opened a bit more the outside and wanted to test me with speed. So yeah, on the go, I felt like that was really the first time after that I had really the space to come inside, and then I tried to shoot.
The 3 points was the most important thing today, but once you got one, it seemed as though the team were really focused on, hang on a minute, we may need a few more by the end of the season.
Yeah, I feel like 0-0 against a team like that, especially how dangerous they are on set pieces. We know that we had to score, and when we scored the goal, obviously then there are more space, and then we scored the second goal, and we were a bit relieved, happy. But obviously then we also know that we need some goals. So I was happy as well for Omar. He has been training hard, and this is the fruit of the work that he has been doing. So I'm happy for him.
You go again Wednesday. In between then Arsenal play again. Do you watch that or do you leave it alone?
I don't know what time it is, but if I have time I will watch. Obviously I'm a football fan, I like football, so I will probably watch.
Willing West Ham along the way. And it's really interesting, they know they need goals, because winning a Premier League title and goal difference always brings a big smile to your face, Joe. So we ought to mention that, because your year is the only year it's ever happened, but it is a possibility this year between these.
Just cover all bases. Like I was saying, I think Jeremy talked about it there. First and foremost, it was try and beat Brentford, because they're a really tough outfit. They defended really well. They made it tough. They were stubborn. I think once they got the second and the clock started ticking on, they could start thinking about goal difference. And as he said before, it's so important that your whole squad's firing. He talked about Mamouche training well. They're the fruits of his labour, and he's enjoyed that today. And they're the little moments, Ben, in a squad when you know someone who's been struggling. It's only his second league goal this season. It's just nice moments. We all know Doku's playing well. We all know Haaland's playing well. But you want Mamouche scoring, you want Foden scoring. That's what takes you over the line. Yeah,
as an opposition player, when you're breathing a little heavily towards the end, shall we say, and you see someone of a £68 million striker in Mamouche coming on, that must be...
Yeah, Mamouche, Foden coming on, it's relentless, the depth of squad, but as Joe said, Mamouche is going to be needed. You know, then towards the end of the season, he might be the one that comes on and gets that final goal to win it, but Phil Foden, we were willing to get a goal, weren't we? You know, when the second goal had gone in, we wanted to, you know, try to see if he could, you know, build a bit of confidence towards the end of the season as well, and then get him firing as well, because, you know, going into the summer for England as well, for example, you know, it'd be great to see him firing. The whole squad's going to be needed for Man City now.
I mean, we saw that the year they won it on the final day with Gundogan coming off the bench at half-time. There are stories and narratives in there.
Of course there are.